The Young Prince and the Railroad. Chapter 7. Holidays in the Castle. The young prince now has a break from his studies, which leaves him with a tremendous amount of energy that the queen cannot quite keep up with, as she is busy caring for the princess. The king has been very busy as well, but his love for the queen gives him a strong desire to keep the young prince occupied. The tiny little townspeople were growing restless, as the king still had not given them a place to call home in the new land of 10 by 20. The king knew that he would have to keep the prince busy with something else while he worked on a place that they can call home. So he assembled a track for the chariots of slots on a table that will slide under the south side of the empire. Eventually, this track shall magically slide out, as if it were in a drawer. But the king only has so much time, so this would do for now. The prince played joyfully to the south. The king began his work on the north side of the kingdom. He started by gluing down the mat of grass. He set the homes, shops, and buildings of trade. Some went where they were before. Some found a new spot. And some new homes were welcome to the empire. The king planted trees, permanently this time, and added new flowering shrubs where he saw fit. Some new stone, some new grass, and a new asphalt lot appeared. A new service road that didn't exist in the previous empire appeared with a line of green hedges. It wasn't going to be finished in a day, but the king did his very best. The king had lost track of time. He set the locomotive creatures free to run on the rails for a while, now that they were no longer in danger of being struck by the hands of the giant. He turned around to the south and played with the slot chariots with the 4-year-old prince for a short while. When the king returned to the north, he had not remembered placing families in their 4-wheeled chariots on the land. But there they all were. The young prince came to have a look, and he was excited to see that all of the migrants had found a new home. The prince pointed out the 18-wheel caravans moving goods about, and that there was plenty of lumber stacked, waiting to be trucked where needed. He joyfully went and grabbed his stool and turned on Thomas, James, and Bill. While his friends happily rode the rails, the prince pointed out the happy neighbors greeting each other. He looked around more. The merchants were now busy with customers. There's a man with a camera in the park that could be a creep, but maybe he just likes the new flowers. The young couple decided to trespass and have a picnic behind a parked belvedere. An angry old man yelling at nothing at the end of his driveway is being checked out by the royal guard. Every town has an angry old man yelling at nothing. The prince enjoyed that all of his townspeople had a story to tell. The king had mentioned to the prince that they will have to acquire More people as the empire changes and grows. What kind of people? The prince asked. Everyone, said the king. There will be people that have much, people that have little, those that do bad, those that do good. But just like the world, people that are simply doing the best that they can to live. Everyone will be welcome here. Maybe we can add some vampires and werewolves too. The eyes of the prince grew large and frightful at the king's last few words. Okay, maybe no monsters, said the king. I like it, Dad. Maybe Santa will check this out when he comes here, said the prince. The king replied, I'm sure he will, but he better not touch our stuff. Merry Christmas from our castle to yours.